Hey everyone, all things Raging here. Welcome back to another reaction video. And today we are going to change it up a little bit. We've done two Tom videos. We're going to do probably one or two Dax videos. And this is Dax Depression. Now, this is one of his more popular songs that he's uploaded as of recently. I did a reaction to it way back when it first came out, but my dad here has never heard it. He actually hasn't heard really anything Dax put out recently. But I just mentioned it to him, and he's like, let's do it. So let's do it.
Yeah, and in case y'all are wondering when we do these, because I don't listen to Dax on a regular basis, but when we do like a reaction video to it, I usually put that song in my playlist. So then I'll listen to that particular song again and again.
Yeah.
In case y'all are wondering what happens after I do these reactions, I don't just not listen to Dax again. I just don't listen to his new stuff for this exact reason. So
because of the reactions. That's why we whenever Tom releases a CD, that's why we try not to. Well, I'll listen to the CD, but then we make sure that he won't. So just in case he does decide to, you know how he does, he'll release some singles from the album just out of nowhere, and just like what he did today. So if he had heard that on the CD before, we probably wouldn't have even needed to react to it, but we wanted to. So that's besides the point, though. This is Dax Depression. It's a very good song, probably one of his more popular ones, and very good visuals, by the way. Very good video. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Actually, if you want to pause it. Alright, there you go. Now you can, if you want to pause it.
I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed all them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. Sometimes I sit and I reminisce about the good times. Wish I could get those back. I keep on running these races that go in my mind, and they go on these tracks. I'm not ready to erase all my memories. I fight depression and I let it get the best of me. Now there's nowhere to run, nowhere to go. Look around, there's liquor bottles all on the floor, filling up the space inside my heart and my home, drowning out these thoughts until they leave me alone. I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain.
I like that line. I get lost inside my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that happens probably to everybody.
Yeah.
Over whatever number of things.
Right.
I like the reality show aspect of this. You ever wonder
if your life was a reality show?
Your life
I actually have. When we watched the Truman Show in class, because we had to watch it in high school. Dude, that
there's so many
flips
things
it on its head.
There's so many things I've done throughout my life. I hope we're not broadcasting to you.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine, dude. But I mean, but the whole point of the Truman Show is that he's been recorded ever since he was like a little baby, since he was born. So he'd grow up thinking everything's normal, and so like he'd do things normal people would, probably, hopefully, but like.
Yeah, but what is
exactly
that?
Normal people are weird people still.
I like it. That's Dax.
Yeah, it's a good name for a TV show too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the video when I first reacted to it, was the Truman Show, because I realized it very early on. I was like, oh my god, that's the Truman Show. That's cool. That's so cool.
I can promise you the reason why I don't get to sleep till 2, 3 in the morning a lot of mornings is because I'm lost in my own brain.
It's because you're playing Fortnite.
that's the escape. You know, that's to try to get out of it. But then I get off and I'm up for another hour just trying to wind everything down. Anyway, here we go.
I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed all them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. These thoughts are.
You know what else I like about it is it shows everything in his life. If this was real, all these people are fake.
Right.
They're smiling fakely. You know, they're fake smiling, they're fake interacting with them, and I think we can relate to people like that in our real lives.
Yeah.
There are some fake ass people out there that is, they'll come and smile and talk great to your face, and the second you're out of sight, they are.
Yeah, that's kind of their whole point, is to make you act this way for the TV show. It's like,
I will tell you this. I say this in so many videos. My circle is very small, very small. There's people I deal with at work that I'll deal with them because I have to, and that's the extent of it. Their name does not come out of my mouth in any other way. I don't speak to them about them or anything like that. And I hope they, you know, it's just the way it is, because I know how they are. The more information you give people like that, the more they can hurt you with it. And so, or take things out of context, or, well, he said this. Well, yeah, I did say that, but it was in this whole conversation. You know, I mean, look at the way the media portrays things. You know, they take one quote out of a 15-minute, you know, interview and run with it, because they can manipulate it to be whatever they want it to be. And that's what people do to you every day in your life, I promise you. So the best thing to do is figure out who those people are and cut them off, amputate them.
Yep.
Not
go ahead.
Figuratively, not literally.
Myself, I just pray for brighter days. These thoughts are draining all my energy. I try to tell them the God, they said I'm going insane, and then they recommended therapy. And I go and talk to a man who's getting paid to explain. He started saying that the chemical imbalance is the reason that my brain ain't connecting to accomplishments associated with moving on in life and past the things that my heart cannot contain. So the happiness won't sustain. And he read me my options. He said, here goes a pill, only take 2 at a meal, and it'll numb how I feel. I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain.
I really love the visuals in this.
Yeah, it's a great video.
That's what people do too. When you finally give in to whatever that's trying to be pushed on you, that's what they do. That's the way I think about it. They high five each other. Yeah, we got another one. And all these magic stuff in a bottle. Your body is such a complicated creation. It has everything it needs to deal with life. What fucks us up is outside influences. These constant needs that are socialized and conditioned into us. I mean, right now, what is there, some big lawsuit against Instagram or something I keep hearing on the radio about? If you suffer from some eating disorder based on Instagram shit. I'm just saying this to give the example of these people get so obsessed with how other people are living their lives on a social media site, and you think that that needs to be you, and that's what we're conditioned to believe. It's like your own life is fake, you know, and it's just, it can be anything you want it to be. Fuck Instagram. Fuck. I'm sorry, I don't mean to curse so much, but
true though.
Just that is not real life. Real life is right outside. It's right out those doors. I mean, obviously, I want you to watch our YouTube videos, but after you do, then you go outside.
Grass. Yeah.
Go outside, go ride a bike, go do a nature walk, do a little exercise. That's life. Interact with people on an actual social level.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's like I feel like every time a new pill comes out, oh, we got him again.
Yeah, this is how I feel.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Oh, we got another customer for life. There's a reason why it took so many decades, and I'm saying decades, to get them to finally admit that opiates and opium-based narcotics are very bad. Yes, they do their job, but at what cost? And they had customers forever because of it. And if you don't think they don't know it, when they market that shit, then you're the conspiracy theorist. I got news for you. If you believe anything that mainstream pharmaceutical companies tell you, then you're the conspiracy theorist. Well, how was it? Most research and scientific studies that are put out are sponsored by these people. All right. How many decades were cigarettes promoted as healthy based on scientific studies? All right, they were sponsored by tobacco companies, and every time somebody would come out and try to fight that, they would shut them down. They would shut them down, and they would get a new study. This is as recently as 2017. Coke sponsored a study to say that the sugar in their drinks did not cause diabetes and heart disease.
Well, of course they're going to sponsor them.
Right. And of course, the test results are, well, no, they're not linked to diabetes. We all know sugar causes diabetes. We all know that. So, but that's what I'm saying. They do this. It's a constant source. And people that quote one scientific study to try and push their product, they are simply misleading you. They're propagandizing to you. And then they celebrate when you fall for it. Anyway.
Yeah, it's very good video.
I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed all them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. Should I drown all these thoughts or should I leave them to float? I've got all of my flaws living inside of this boat. I've been anchored in pain, the weight is making me choke. It's getting harder to breathe, it's pulling right at my throat. I've been hoping for change but don't know how to restart. They say you ain't a man when you exposing your heart. Then they say you insane until it tears you apart. And then it cuts you so deep and they can tell by the scars. We can only see change when we accept who we are. Try to run from the shame and you won't never get far. Don't you bottle the pain and live your life in the dark. You're meant to break from those chains and shine as bright as a star. Don't you ever tell yourself that your depression is the reason you won't make it, or that happiness is not in your cards. With our God, you can beat all the odds. Keep your faith and you'll never be lost, and say I can't.
He's escaping the system and they're all panicking.
Yep.
Fucking love it, man. Visuals in this are just amazing.
Yep.
Like really amazing. And I know they come from.
This guy's independent too, by the way.
What's that?
He's independent too, by the way.
Yeah, I know. And I know that, it kind of comes from stuff on the Truman Show. And if you were watching back then, when that came out, you would have picked up on some of that as well. But I just love it. I just love it that it's being reiterated this way and with the lyrics that are going along with it.
And that whole little verse right there is turning from a dark song to a hopeful song. If it makes it, as he's trying to break out, he says, "You're made to break from those chains and shine as bright as a star." And just like,
that's kind of what I was
don't
saying
tell
earlier.
yourself
Your
that
body
depression is the reason.
is created in such a way, and it's so complex. I mean, if you think about how your body works, it's an amazing creation, like amazing. All the things your mind is processing anywhere between 10 and 100 quadrillion processes at a time. When it talks about how your muscles respond, your involuntary actions, your breathing, your heart rate, all these things your mind is doing. And it can do all this while you're learning something new, while you're doing a YouTube video, while you're doing something out in the yard, while you're learning to play the violin. It's crazy what your brain can do. And, you are wired to successfully live on this planet, to do these things. And it's other influences that take you off of that path. And when you figure, and I like the one lyric he said, you're open to change. You can't change unless you're open to it. You have to understand that sometimes the issue is with yourself. And until you realize that, you cannot make those changes. A lot of people, I know I've said this a few times, a lot of people that are stuck in ruts are overlooking the single common denominator in all those ruts is a certain behavior that they are exhibiting. And that is what needs to change. If you change that, you will change the results that you are now getting. But that's hard to do. It is hard to do. It takes some real analyzing yourself as unbiased as you can. Now, sometimes it is because someone else is just fucked up. It's fine. It is what it is. But if you find yourself in those ruts, take a deep hard look at yourself. It may even hurt a little bit, but think, man, maybe this is part of the problem, and try to tweak it. You ain't gotta completely change it, but try to tweak it. Work on it little by little, that kind of thing.
You can back it up,
Yeah.
God, you can beat all the odds, keep your faith, and you'll never be lost, and say, I can't find myself.
Oh yeah, God, the imagery is so good. And so the storm starts. To save him, to keep him under their thumb, they make it storm. It's the same thing in life. Sometimes when you're trying to make
a double meaning too.
Let me finish the thought before I lose it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sometimes in life, when you make that change, you're going to create something bad is going to come along to try and take you off that path. Sometimes when something really bad happens, it means you were going the right direction. So you have to push through it. And that's what he's doing here, I'm sure.
Yep.
And even in the Truman Show, that's what he was doing. He pushed through it because he was on the right path. And all these storms were coming up. And sometimes that's true in real life, too. Go ahead.
I was basically just going to say the same thing. It's like, it could be a metaphor for breaking free of the system, but it also could be breaking free of your own mind.
Could be,
right?
Yes.
There's always going to be the storm, and then the light. And he's going through it right now, and it could be, a metaphor for escaping, all this bull crap, but it also could be escaping your own mind. Since he mentions...
That's true.
And I get lost inside.
And going through the storms makes, when you get to where you're going,
so much
that
better.
much sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it all worthwhile. So the key is to weather this storm, get through this storm, whatever it takes.
I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help. But I pushed up every way. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days.
So good.
That's probably one of my favorite videos he's ever done.
I mean, I am so thankful that people like Dax and Tom and other artists that are really coming forward with a lot of this kind of stuff. I'm so glad they exist.
Right, yeah.
It gives me hope. Hope is hard to come by sometimes nowadays. As far as his video, let's go to what I think about the video first. I think he is one of the most talented when it comes to. I think he could be an actor. I think he could be a director. I think he could be big in a place like Hollywood, which actually he couldn't because he doesn't fit their narratives. But
you'd be saying he's got the talent for it.
He'd be held back, but his talent surpasses so many movies that I see. I mean, that little 4-minute video, which I'm sure was hours upon hours upon hours, weeks, probably even months, maybe even designing that, is better than half the shit I see on Netflix or even in the theater. You know, just the quality of content. Like his 4 minutes of content is better than a 2-hour Marvel movie, in my opinion. So, so I'm very impressed with just his ability, his creativity, his lyrics, and I like that he can make it illustrate what he's singing about, what he's rapping about, so good. Like it's better to me. He's better than Tom at that. Tom's good. I love Tom, but I think Dax has more of a knack. And I don't know his team. He may have a team behind him. I don't know inner operations and all that, but he's really good at it. So if you guys watch our videos and you've never checked out Dax yourself, you need to check him out. I think you'll like it. He's got Dear Alcohol, Dear God, Gotham.
Yep.
These things, you're going to be blown away by the quality of his videos.
Yep. Every time.
And he's really picking up steam. He's up to what, 5 million subscribers?
He's about to hit 5 million, yeah.
And his songs are just kind of like Tom's as far as being able to relate to him. I promise you've gone through.
Even has a few songs with Tom actually. Yeah. He has Propaganda and Blame the Rappers, which are both very good.
They both sing about. They both have their own songs about the media and brainwashing. You know, they're not afraid to speak what they see.
Yep.
You know, because that's the only thing I believe anymore. It's what I see. I don't believe what people tell me anymore. But anyway, so great song.
Phenomenal.
Great song. Great video. That's all I got. I think I pretty much kind of hit on it throughout.
Oh no, yeah, that's
the imagery of this.
Almost every single time.
And I probably didn't even mention everything. So
there's probably like the little details in there that you can go back and look through. And
you guys watch it and make some comments about it.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think of it. But yeah, it actually picked up a good bit of steam on Instagram. Actually, I would be scrolling through Instagram sometimes and I'd see like a Dax like video like behind the scenes and I'm like, good for him. Like that's good for him that people are like mentioning it.
I mean, that 4-minute video had more character arc than any of the last Star Wars movies.
That ain't that hard to beat.
Like I know exactly what happened in that 4-minute video the whole way through, and you got it from start to finish. You got a whole story. It's just phenomenal. That's talent that I'm a little jealous of it.
Yeah, yep. Go check out this song. Go check out the video. Go check out all of Dax's stuff. He makes some absolutely amazing stuff. He's kind of been in this bit of a state lately where he's been doing these kind of more softer, more but hard hitting at the same time, more melodic songs, which I appreciate a lot, and they're great.
The sound of this video was more to my liking personally, on a personal level. Some of his stuff, he's very fast. It can be hard to understand the lyrics, so you have to give it a few goes. Listen to it a few times to catch everything. So this one, I like the beat of this one, the slow down of it. I got every
Your Alcohol
line.
is very similar to that.
I got every line on the first go, I think. So, so it was more to my liking on a format kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
and I know it's a bit of an older song, but I'm very glad that you enjoyed it.
It was good.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We are gonna do more Dax songs. We want to try to catch all the ones that are hard hitting and worth reacting to and stuff. So yeah, we'll look through some more and just see if we want to do any more. And yeah, is that all you gotta say?
I think so. I think I got it through a video.
All right. Hope you guys did enjoy. Go check it out for yourself. Please go support him. Go subscribe. He's almost at 5 million. Please go.
You might be
at the 5 million subscriber. You might send you something. So yeah. Without further ado, please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Peace.